This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist Evan Thomason.
Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Well, you might not be happy, especially after seeing this. This is the main story here for the day today is that rain is back in the ArkLaTex here for your Wednesday. We started having the presence of rain showers throughout our morning show around 4:35 in the morning. And we really started ramping up the rain coverage around here around 6:37 in the morning. And 3 hours later, it looks about the same. Rain showers spread out and scattered across the entire ArkLaTex. Granted, if you notice most of these shades of rain around the region, most of it is light to moderate rainfall around here, which is actually good news for now because guess what? See those heavier bands of rain out in the southern end of Dallas? Well, that's coming here. That's the issue here for later on today is that we're going to be dealing with more heavier bands of rain showers later on in the day. So we're going to need to watch out for that. If you forgot the umbrella on the way out the door, well, you might need it, please. You're going to need it here for the day today as we have, again, rain everywhere around the ArkLaTex here for now. And we're going to have rain everywhere for the afternoon, too, except we changed the light rain for heavier rain. So, yeah, this isn't something you can just wait out at home, be like, well, the storm will pass eventually here for the day today. No, this is looking to be a all-day long thing. We'll talk about it so much more coming up on First Alert Weather Breakdown. But first of all, let me greet myself. Hi. I'm Evan Thomason. I'm meteorologist Evan Thomason, actually, here. On your television screen, on your mobile device, on your iPad, whatever you have, I'm clearly there right now. Yes. So a rainy day here for the day today is what's in store. I'm the morning meteorologist here at KSLA News 12 who runs First Alert Weather Breakdown. Thanks for, again, tuning in, so to speak, to find out more about your rainy forecast in store throughout the day today. Also, if you see me looking around the place, for those of you that are new, I haven't mentioned this too many times at all, but if I'm looking around, I'm a one-man band around here. So, for example, if you see the station bug there on your bottom right-hand side of your screen, I can make it disappear, and I can make it reappear. I think you can get the point. I'm a one-man band around here, so my controls are all over the place around here. So if I'm looking one way, that's why. I'm not ignoring you at all, okay? I'm speaking the entire time. This is a whole conversation. And if you actually want to make this a conversation, you can comment on our YouTube channel. Now, we sometimes put these kind of like rainy streams on Facebook as well. We decided not to do that today because today is not a First Alert weather day. Let's stress that out as well, which is good news. Not as much severe threat with the rain. It's just a good soaker in for the day today. It is not a First Alert weather day with the rain, but it is certainly rainy regardless throughout the day today. So since it is not a First Alert weather day, we did not put up the stream on Facebook. This is going to be up on all of our other platforms, so KSLA.com, anywhere you can watch our live stream, including Apple TV, and also on our YouTube platform, KSLA News 12. That is how you can watch us right now. Currently, this is live again, 10:33. This is happening pretty much live for the most part around the ArkLaTex. I see 5 of you watching on the YouTube platform. And the best thing about our YouTube platform is that is the only platform of which you can communicate live to me. You can let me know if you have any questions, if you have any comments, things like that. I can answer them live on this podcast and be like, hi, so-and-so. You want to see more information about this? Well, let me give it to you. That's the point. Also, the point leading it in with this is that, again, I'll be going over this entire forecast most likely first before answering any all comments and questions and things like that, so that if your question gets answered in the forecast, then I'll let you know, so to speak. All right. So, again, big rainy day in for today. Let's get straight into it. Originally, last disclaimer, we did have a Met Chat scheduled on for today, but I actually decided to move it. I'm sorry if you came for the Met Chat. It will not be happening today. I promise you, though, it will happen tomorrow. I promise. When I give a promise, I promise, all right? Look, actually, real quick, back at me. I promise you, I'm not able to promise a lot of things in the weather department because, it's all up to chance chance of rain, chance of this, chance of that. I'm able to promise you that we will be airing that meteorology chat for those of you who are looking forward to that. That will air tomorrow's episode. Stay tuned for that. But I really wanted to put the entirety of today's episode on the rain, and I know the Met chat is long enough. It's a long enough for recording, so I didn't want to extend the episode too much longer with having two long things back to back. So again, if you came for that, I'm sorry, but it will be playing tomorrow. I promise, on Thursday's episode. You can stick around for that. We're going to talk about what we're thankful for. All right. Those of you waiting long enough for me to get through some housekeeping stuff, we're done with that. Let's get into the forecast, shall we? So we're going to get into the forecast. We're also going to talk about an annual rainfall update really quick, just to tag on a little bit of a forecast to the end of our local forecast. But honestly, that is what is in store here for the day today. All right, let's get into it. Enough chit-chat, enough blubber for KSLA News 12 First Alert with a breakdown. Let's get to the actual nitty-gritty rain of which you are looking forward to here for the day today. We'll go over the specifics on the radar and what is currently happening in just a moment. But I want to start off by going over our Matthews Landscape and Pest Camera. This is in Shreveport here, in downtown Shreveport. This is the mood for the day. Gray skies, gloomy. Not only that, it's cold. One thing we're not going to talk about too much on this forecast is the temperatures, which are still in the 40s this morning, by the way. It is bitter cold on top of this rainy air in the atmosphere. So, yeah, honestly, I love most combos. I like rain. I like cold. I don't like them together. I'm not sure if all of you guys are in the same boat as I am, but it's a no-go for me. Anyways, the point is, it's rainy, it's cold. Whether you like it or not, it's here in the ArkLaTex throughout the day today. All right. So forecast headlines, yes, obviously it's a rainy day. But our main forecast heading on beyond today, before we talk about the rainy skies today alone, is we have more scattered showers actually coming back. A second round of scattered showers coming back here just in a matter of a few days. And unfortunately, it is going to target the weekend. Now, on yesterday's forecast, it targeted Saturday. Today's forecast, most of the models are switching and instead putting most of the rain on Sunday. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. And temperatures are all over the place. I probably won't be talking about that enough, honestly, on this forecast, but those are going up, or they're going first down here today, then they're going up tomorrow, then they go back down on Friday. It's a whole thing. We'll get into that in just a little bit. So it's rainy, it's chilly. Again, temperatures are in the 40s. Don't forget the jacket. Don't forget the umbrella on the way out. Two necessities on the way out the door here today. Because if you peer out with the jacket without an umbrella, you're just going to get soaked, and then your jacket gets soaked. That's not a great feeling. If you just come out with the umbrella and t-shirt and shorts, then you are going to be feeling the chills. You might be mostly dry, but you will be feeling cold. So, again, remember to grab both things on the way out the door, on top of the rain boots, because sneakers might not suffice, honestly, today with the immense amount of puddles around the ArkLaTex. I mean, it is going to be a good soaker. Most of this rain started, again, as I started off this podcast, most of the rain started around, I want to say, 4:30 in eastern Texas, and it started around Shreveport, for example, around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So this has been at least 3 hours of nonstop rain here for the most part. You can see some dry pockets, and we're going to go into the statistics of the current radar right now as I zoom in all around. There's a dry pocket a little bit in between Marshall and Shreveport. It's honestly better to pinpoint the dry areas rather than the rainy areas. That's how much it's raining all across the ArkLaTex, quite frankly. The northern edge of the ArkLaTex is only getting a few little stray bits of showers. Idabel to Queen up near there. Besides that, we got scattered showers all across Mount Pleasant and Texarkana, also towards Atlanta. Again, there's a little dry air bubble that could perhaps get into Shreveport in the next couple minutes. Zooming into Shreveport just a little bit more. We're getting just a brief light rain shower where we could actually dry things out a little briefly before getting more rain there in just a little while. Zooming out, let's look other areas. Natchitoches is getting a little bit of light rain here at the moment, but they got plenty more that's coming from Mansfield. In East Texas, Carthage has a lot of rain currently right now. Also Center, man, I mean, it's covering entire counties and parishes with nothing but rain here for this early morning. So that's a look at the local radar here. Now zooming out this is the whole big picture. This is all the rain we have to get through. There's still plenty more that's coming in from areas between Houston and Dallas. It's still sliding up north and east into the ArkLaTex here for later on today. And there's still some rain that's off the coast of Texas, which is continuing to make a beeline straight north and eastward up to our region here for later today. So that's the issue. So let's go over the future track hour by hour. First of all, in the next hour, it almost looks the same. This is going to be the issue for the lunchtime hours and later on today. Then we get to around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Still the same. This is going to be the issue with our threat here for the day today. I'm going to pause the future track just for a second to talk about our main threats here with the system. And I think it's already quite evident. It's already been raining 3 hours. For the next 3 hours on our future track, the radar almost looks the complete same. If anything, I think we'll see some of these storms start to develop more heavier bursts of rain showers rather than just the light to moderate rainfall we've had for the morning. So that could be a little more concerning in for the afternoon. But the point is, our flash flooding, that is our greatest threat here for the day today, flash flooding. Watch out for the roadways. When driving, first of all, drive more slowly, more carefully as well, and watch out for the puddles on the roadways. Again, turn around, don't drown. If you cannot see the road, if it's covered with rain, if it's covered with water, all right, that is a serious threat in for the day today. The reason we don't have a first alert weather day is because winds are completely down. That's not much of a worry. I wouldn't say completely down, but they're not much of a worry here for the day today. We're not seeing strong wind gusts out there. And most importantly, the tornado threat is completely non-existent, pretty much. I haven't seen any indicator from any of my models that I usually look at. Some of the weather nerd things I look into that indicate any chance of a tornado for today, which is great news. That is fantastic news. So yes, that's happening throughout the day today. So now continuing on our future track, watch the afternoon and evening. We'll have more shades of red continuing on. I think we'll have more widespread showers even across northwest Louisiana in for this late afternoon and evening. Looks like most of the rain finally starts to leave East Texas, but again, that's not until like 6 o'clock tonight. And then we'll start to see a lot of the rain clearing out of Shreveport, hopefully by 6, 7 o'clock there as well. Although rain could still continue in Natchitoches all the way until 9, 10 p.m. tonight. So that's almost looking like almost another 10 hours or so of rain there. So I think you get the point. It's going to be a soaker in for the rest of today until the late night hours tonight where we finally start to dry up. Maybe a brief shower overnight, but overall I'm looking at us drying things out in store for your Thursday and for your Friday. If you notice Thursday, though, still have some cloud cover lingering along before we maybe bring out some sunshine in for your Friday. Unfortunately, that's going to be short-lived. Taking a look at the extended forecast now beyond today, we have a rainy and soaked Saturday and Sunday around here. But temperatures still around the 50s here for Saturday before actually jump-starting up to the mid-60s here for Sunday. Again, yesterday's forecast was quite intriguing because yesterday's forecast and a lot of the weather models had Saturday being our main day of rain. That is not the case anymore. It looks like it's more coming on Sunday. It's getting delayed a little bit to the second half of the weekend. Regardless, there is a chance of rain for both days, so be on the lookout for those weekend plans. Yeah, because they might get soaked out. They might quite literally get soaked out. All right, now going into the temperatures so that we haven't discussed. I did not mean to do that. Hello, guys. I wanted you to look at the temperatures fully here for the day today. 53 in Texarkana, 51 in Foreman. These are kind of similar conditions, or I shouldn't say similar temperatures to what you felt outside yesterday afternoon. So kind of similar on that front. We're just tacking on the rain now. Well, there's tons of it, too, again, to get through. 55 in Carthage, 54 for Marshall, 57 in Center. In northwest Louisiana, 55 in Shreveport, 54 in Coshada, 55 for Natchitoches. Lows tonight will be down into those 40s, 46 in Shreveport, maybe mid to upper 30s here by Idabel and Queen, up to 50 potentially, or I should say only down to 50 degrees for Natchitoches tomorrow early morning. So that's an intriguing viewpoint is morning temperatures are actually on the rise, at least here for tomorrow morning. For your 7-day forecast, again, temperatures are wacky. We're going to go over that last. It's raining again here today, 90% chance of rain. It's probably raining on top of you right now as we speak, and it will be for quite literally pretty much the most portion of the day today. Then we get into next weekend. That brings our next and second round of rain coming back here into the ArkLaTex after taking a 2-day break with the sunshine coming back out, mostly on Friday, it looks like, on our future track here. And then we get maybe a little sunshine working back in with a little break on Monday before potentially another round of rain on Tuesday. I will say the 12-day forecast promises drier than average conditions expected for the 12-day forecast. So we're expecting a good amount of sunshine and maybe a lengthy dry break here heading into the middle of December, heading into the second half of next work week. As for this one, again, it's soaked. Now, taking a look at the temperatures, again, 55 today, 58 tomorrow. And then when a big cool down comes on Friday, it starts with the morning temperatures. Look at that low, 30 degrees. And for Friday morning, so don't let that keep you off guard. It's going to be bitter cold back here in the ArkLaTex, maybe even the coldest morning of the year so far, with those potential lows getting down to the upper 20s. And for Shreveport, again, that happens on Friday morning. Then our temperatures rise after Friday. Highs only in the upper 40s, lower 50s for Friday. But then they get up to 73 on Monday, a rapid warm-up caused by the rain over the weekend before cooling back on down into Tuesday. So you remember that little roller coaster of temperatures that we had last week? Well, that could be creeping back into this forecast. All right, so that's a look at your local forecast. Yeah, that's that pretty much. When we come back, we're going to take just a brief, quick look at the year-to-rain totals. I also see a comment on YouTube. I'm going to respond to that as well after the break. Stick with us. And, yeah, we'll continue to stay weather aware on this podcast. Hang around. Hang tight. We'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, welcome back. KSLA News 12, First Alert Weather Breakdown. So, yes, very rainy, obviously in store for the day today. The one quick exclusive content that I really wanted to mention is just looking at the year-to-date rainfall and taking a quick look at our drought monitor. Our drought monitor actually does get updated tomorrow. It gets updated weekly. I wanted to actually do this tomorrow, but then I realized this would be a quicker exclusive content to go over compared to the 17, 18-minute Met chat to go over, and just so you know, we only have like 10 minutes left around for this podcast, actually. So, yeah. I just typically try to end around 11 a.m. I don't have to unless there is something that is scheduled at 11 a.m., but we try to just make it 30 minutes, just to, not to drag this out too much, so to speak. All right. So I see a comment on YouTube. I'm going to answer that in just a moment. Actually, I'm going to answer that just now. Pam says, maybe ice in the morning on Thursday. Wonder if the highway, excuse me, will be closed in the morning traffic. Ice. Question of ice. Well, one thing I'll actually do real quick when I'm bringing up the drought here, just give me a moment, is, well, I was going to pull up the drought immediately, but let me find those temperatures, shall we? This will go to the point. Remember the lows tonight. This is a look at the current, you cannot see the current temperatures. This, there you go, is now a look at the current temperatures. As I said, one-man band around here running all the controls. The current temperatures are in the mid-40s currently, and they're expected to remain that way. Highs today might be reaching the lower 50s, but guess what? We're having low temperatures only in the mid-40s again tomorrow. This is your temperatures you're waking up to for tomorrow night's or tomorrow morning's lows. Remember, first of all, the rain is pretty much gone by the time we run into tomorrow morning in the first place. First of all, Pam, I forgot to say this at the beginning. Thank you for your amazing question. This is kind of the questions that I love hearing about and thoughts I love hearing about as well. But I personally don't think there's going to be any ice with this system because in order to have ice, you need to have some level of freezing around the ArkLaTex. I mean, to all of our temperatures mostly don't even get below 40 degrees. It is cold. It is certainly cold around here. Yes, with the rain. But it's not cold enough to freeze the water at any point to turn it into ice. At least not from what we're seeing on any of our temperature outlooks between our low temperatures today to our current temperatures right now, which are in the mid-40s. It's intriguing because I think it's certainly closer to that mark than what it's been in times past that it's rained. But I don't think we'll be seeing any ice tomorrow morning. It'll be intriguing. I will say it will be very intriguing to see any reports of ice to me tomorrow morning. But I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be fine. I don't think there's going to be any ice to worry about actually out on those roadways. All right. Now, going back over. Hopefully that answers your question, by the way, Pam. Hopefully that answers your thought if you're still watching. Thank you for watching. First Look Weather Breakdown. Hey. We just chat about the weather all day. I don't know why I meant to rhyme there. I'm going back over to the two graphics I wanted to mention about the yearly rainfall totals and the drought. So we're still at a surplus. Remember, we kind of were in a big old dry stretch for most of October. I know that's 2 months ago. But things dried up towards the end of November and definitely for the very beginning of December as well. It hasn't rained here in quite some time before today. Yet we still have a surplus of rain. A little bit in Texarkana. It's only plus 4 inches, but definitely in Shreveport and Longview. Plus 16 for Shreveport. Up to 63 inches of rainfall so far this year. One of the things on our Met Chat we're going to mention we're thankful for tomorrow, tease to tomorrow, but we'll talk about it later. But one of the things we're thankful for is the rain, certainly. That's also helped us out. Last year's drought was much worse than this year's overall in across the ArkLaTex. So this is our current drought outlook. This was actually issued last Thursday, by the way. They issue every single Thursday. I know today's Wednesday. As I said, I wanted to do this tomorrow, but instead I was like, I'll move this to today. I will probably bring this up. Remind me, for those of you on chat, if you want, or you can remind me to show this, the refreshed, new version out tomorrow. But this is about 5 days old. But it still gives an accurate little outlook for us here, as we do have a little bit of some cases of moderate drought out towards Mount Pleasant, Magnolia, but it's only a select few areas of the ArkLaTex. Most of us are in a slight drought, which for me is like, okay, just watch out for the possibility of a drought, but you're mostly fine, so to speak. It kind of puts it like that to me. But especially with the rain today and the rain coming from this weekend isn't going to be on the drought monitor for tomorrow. But the point is, we're helping our conditions out by having a lot of rain again in that 7-day forecast that we mentioned. That includes today. That'll include the rain in for the weekend. So I know kind of stinks, especially because it's not only rainy, but it's gloomy. It's continuing all day long. It's cold. But this is what we need. It's what we need to sometimes help out our ground here in the ArkLaTex, so to speak. All right, so that's a look at that. I answered Pam's question. hopefully you're still watching. Thank you for watching, whoever's watching on KSLA.com and on our YouTube platform, KSLA News 12 First Alert with a breakdown. Yes, just again, watch out for the rain again here for today. I'll be back one more time, I promise. I'm going to take one more little break that I have to take for commercial purposes, for money purposes. And then I will be back. After that, we'll recap this episode. We'll talk about the rain real quick. I'll probably bring up the radar one more time as well. And one more check of that local radar. And then we'll head on out, and I'll give you a sneak preview to tomorrow's Met Chat. All right. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Don't you go anywhere. I'll see you after this. All right, welcome back. KSLA News 12, First Alert Weather Breakdown. Again, I'm meteorologist Evan Thomas. This is our last break. We'll go over the weather actually real quick again, especially because it's raining. We could be First Alert throughout this podcast. All right. And then we're going to recap this episode. I guess we're kind of recapping it, but since we just talked about the rain here for the most part around the ArkLaTex, we'll recap the rain again. I'm going to bring up another graphic as well, just so you know. That's something I really wanted to pinpoint on one last time. Is the rainfall totals. I realize I haven't shown you guys that at all, because that's a big benefactor. Obviously, how much rain we're getting, but the big story of the day today is, again, not the severe weather, but how much rain we're essentially picking up from the system in terms of flash flooding. We do have a little flash flooding potential throughout the ArkLaTex. I would say especially for the southern half of the ArkLaTex, and potentially for those along I-20 as well. So let's get into the graphics, and then we'll preview tomorrow's episode too coming up. Stick around for that as well. But there's the rain. It is out and around the ArkLaTex right now, all except for Shreveport. Again, take advantage, especially if you're in Shreveport. Take advantage. Just so you know, I'm about to head out. I just realized, so there's a dry air bubble in Shreveport, obviously, which is where KSLA News 12 is located. Always after this podcast, I head home. It's the end of my shift, and just might want to. Good thing I'm ending the shift soon, because I can drive without worrying about the rain briefly in that little dry air bubble that you see right there. Zoom in on it. There it is. Just a little bit. Just a little dry air bubble before we get plenty more coming again later this afternoon and evening. And some of that's going to come in with some heavier rain bands that you see are out on the southern end of Dallas there. Elsewhere, we're still getting rain on top of Natchitoches, Nacogdoches, Longview, Mount Pleasant, all across East Texas, pretty much across most of northwest Louisiana with the tiny exception of Shreveport. Getting rain in Texarkana, too. Just with only a stray few showers for those north of Texarkana, up by also McCurtain County and Hope and Nashville up by there. So yeah, let's look at the rain here for right now. By the end of today, this is how much we're picking up on, especially for the southern half of the ArkLaTex and East Texas too. Those areas could pick up as much as 2 inches of localized rainfall. Again, that's why, especially in the short span of time, I know it says next 3 days, but this is pretty much only the rain from only today, just getting lots and lots of it, especially for those along I-20 and south of I-20. Still getting some rain up into Mount Pleasant and Texarkana today, but definitely not as much as what we're seeing in Shreveport down south to Natchitoches and Nacogdoches. That is from today's rain. Another thing moving on forward, this is the last graphic I'll show, is this is the rain over the next 7 days. That includes the rain over the weekend, which could be a hefty good bit. And after all is said and done, between today and the weekend's rain, you're looking at 3 to 4 inches of rainfall total, either for those along and south of the I-20 corridor. Wild. So keep the umbrella handy. I know it's going to dry out briefly for Thursday and Friday, but beware of the rain again and stay weather aware with us this coming weekend. All right, that's our episode here for the day today. Tomorrow we have a Met Chat. I know it was supposed to air today, but I wanted to spend some time on the rain. I know usually people come here and be like, hey, give me more information about the current rain. I love to do so. I always want to do current things. I always want to stay up to date to current ArkLaTex weather rather than, I don't know, giving you other exclusive content that can be played easily another day. So, yes, our 17-minute Met Chat, that's how long the recording is. It was already recorded yesterday. I technically could have played it today, but instead I will play it tomorrow when it dries out. I don't have to spend as much time on the local forecast. I will spend, obviously, still the amazing, or I won't say amazing, but still a lengthy amount of time on the forecast, but not as long as the really lengthy forecast that I had in store for today. So, Met Chat tomorrow. It's what we're thankful for, weather-wise. We're kind of wrapping up the year in the spirit of Thanksgiving. I wanted to do this last week, but CJ was out of town, so we did it with all 4 of us back in town. We recorded it yesterday. That episode will be on tomorrow. Again, it's the 4 things. We're each bringing one thing to the table of things that we are thankful for the ArkLaTex weather out of this past year. It'll be pretty cool. You have to watch out for it. Again, tomorrow at 10:30. You be there, be square, and most importantly, be weather aware. I'll see you tomorrow at 10:30 on Thursday. Again, keep in mind the rain and the cold again today. Please take care of yourselves, all right? Stay careful and drive carefully, all right? Lastly, and most importantly, again, be weather aware. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.